my friends, is how I was born. Just kidding. Christmas wasn't supposed to be my birthday. But you know me, I'm always impatient. I wanted to see the world. I wanted to be special. Little did I know, I still just got one present every year. Sorry, Mom. I ruined Christmas for you. And yeah, that's my dad yelling at the nurses to hurry up. Anyways, today is a special day, and I dedicate this video to you, Papa. And this one's called Thanks for Not Giving Up on Me. So, growing up, I am known to be the most notorious, problematic little girl to take care. We had so many babysitters who came and left because I made their lives a living hell. And if you guys are watching this, I'm really sorry for being such a spoiled brat. So one day, Papa decided to stop hiring anymore. And that's when me and my brother had to start doing house chores. Oh my god, that was hard. My room was always the messiest. My family rated my room as the shipwrecked. My mom would always tell me, go clean your room, but I'm like, yeah, I'll do it later. But of course, I never end up doing anything about it. My job was to always wash the dishes after dinner, which I always find ways to not. I tell them that I have homework to do, but really, I just didn't want to do it. So Papa made deals with me and Kingsley. He would reward us for doing extra house chores. My brother was doing good at it. He was washing cars, painting the fences. So he was always richer than me. So I'm like, hey, I must do this too, man. I want the money. So I did. Occasionally, I would pick up our dried laundry and fold it. But then I was never rewarded for it. Like, what the hell, man? So of course, at that age, I felt it was unfair. And of course, I argued about it. But thinking about it now, no one's rewarding me for doing house chores in my apartment. So, thank you, Papa. If I wasn't trained to do all this, living alone right now would be a mess. Oh, that's Cooper, by the way. Okay, now moving on. Learning the value of money. So, he would reward us for getting good grades. For every A's was 50 ringgit, B's was 20 ringgit, and C for 5 ringgit. I'll be straight up. I was an average student in high school. I hated studying and memorizing stuff, actually. The only subject I was good at was art class, PE, English, math. So yeah, I was obsessed with cell phones. My parents called me Miss Telepon because I could spend hours talking to my friends. I don't even know about what. But hey, who else got their ass whooped at the end of the month because of the phone bill? So initially, I wanted the Nokia 3310. And of course, Papa wouldn't just give it to me. But I finally got one. Well, it wasn't that phone, but it was the Sony Ericsson S710A, which was better. If you don't know this phone, then you grew up wrong. Just kidding. But seriously though, during that time, colored screen phones was really new. I didn't get straight A's in my SPM, but I did some savings from my lunch money, monthly allowances, and of course, my grandparents helped me out too. So sorry, Pops. But then what did I learn from this? Even though I got the phone in the most shadiest way, I realized that I actually worked for it. And it's a different feeling, you know, when you buy something with your own money than when someone buys it for you and when you nag someone to buy it for you. Especially right now that I'm wiser. At least I think I am. It makes me think twice before buying things that I really want and what I really need. And of course, sometimes I get out of hand with my shoe obsession. But still, I'm glad I'm not that spoiled brat anymore that buys everything that I desire. So, thank you, Papa, for guiding me with this. Okay, next topic. Talking to people. For those of you who don't know me since young, I'm the most timid and shy person. If I don't know you, that is. I'm talking about talking to people, asking for directions, and simple things like asking the waiter for ketchup. I was that shy to the point I needed my parents or brother to be my messenger to ask for things. I have that habit of telling them like, can you ask for the ketchup for me? And I think my dad knew it was a problem. So whenever I did that, he would tell everyone like, no, let her ask for it on her own. What accent is that? Okay, so I would just sit there stupidly, rather not asking for the ketchup. There was one time he actually called the waiter and told him, "She has something to ask you." And I'm like, "What the heck? Go away, I don't need anything." Which of course make me look more stupid, and once again I was ketchupless. Mother bullshit. And then I left home, which made me suffer for a while because I realized I had to depend on friends to ask for things. And that's when I remembered what my dad was trying to do. Trying to train me to talk to people with the most simplest things. And so I did. Whether it was humiliating or not, I knew I had to break out of it. And guess who's getting lots of ketchup now? So, thanks, Papa, for making me more independent. Imagine if I was still that timid girl. I think I wouldn't even make it to the US. I'd probably be stuck somewhere between transits. Here's stories about him always being there for me. I remember one time we were all at the beach and I was like 4 or 5 years old. I was playing in the water and I was actually lying on top of a live sea snake. And I didn't know this. But hey, my dad noticed it, and because he saw it, he picked me up and he saved the day. Whee! So another time, I was playing outside and I was curious why my dad sometimes opened the hood of the car and put water in it. So I thought, what the hell, I should check it out. So I did. I was pretty young and small. So you can imagine how heavy the hood was for me. I got what I wanted. I got it to open, and then I saw all these weird metal parts that was, I don't know, alien to me. So I thought, okay, enough of this shit, I'ma close it, and BAM! It closed alright, with my thumb sticking in it. So I screamed, my dad came running, he opened the hood, freed my thumb, brought me inside and fixed it. And then of course I got my ass whooped. And then I grew up, I learned to love, got my heart broken. I was a very emotional teen. But he constantly reminded me of one thing. A relationship shouldn't always be stressful. If it is, then let it go. So whenever I find myself in a complicated relationship, I make it a point to see if it's worth pursuing or just drop it. Because, sometimes it's just not meant to be. A simple remark from a father goes a long way. So thanks, Pa, for making me tough. Whatever it is, family comes first. Like I said, I had multiple failed, painful relationships. My biggest mistake was to always prioritize my partner first before my family. And then, when things never worked out, that's the only time I'll be available again to them. Yeah, no, not cool. But I thank God my family has always been there to accept me for whoever I was and what I've done to them. Here's another truth about me that I'm never proud of, because I broke my parents' heart. Big time. I partied a lot. I didn't go home as much to see them, and yeah, I wanted my freedom. But it came to a point where I didn't know my priorities. I neglected my studies, especially my family. My dad tried so many ways to approach me to get me out of the comfort zone. But I always took them as an attack, because I felt he was constantly comparing me with other daughters who's made it. And I hated that. But guess what? He was right. Everyone my age or who I used to study with was either getting married, having kids, getting promoted, getting good jobs, having their own business. And I'm just a nobody. When I realized this, I didn't know how to approach him, because in my head I thought I'm already a loser to him. But yeah, I didn't want to give up. I planned, I took a shot, and I told him my plans of coming here to get my degree. And guess what? Without hesitation, he agreed. So Papa, thank you so much for not giving up on me, even though I've broke your heart so many times. If I was given one wish, I would wish to be this little again, where life was easy and the only heartbreak I needed to worry about was you leaving the room. Real talk, Pa, I will always be your little girl. Happy birthday. I love you always.
He looked at me, shook his head and said, "Come sit next to me." He said, "Let me tell you a secret about a father's love, a secret that my papa said was just between us." He said, "Papas don't just love the children every now and then, it's love without end."